I can't let you erase the minds of sentient living machines like this, Mr. Tompkins.
Sentient, perhaps, but each one's a potential killer, remember, Dr. Wheasel?
Don't be so organic in your thinking, Advic. Life is life. Tompkins, I assume field testing of these bikes was behind all the self-moving vehicle reports?
Yes, although we managed to suppress all but the most public of incidents. With the rate of road deaths in Britain, who's going to notice a few dozen more isolated events?
That's barbaric! Pistol or no pistol, this technology was barely controlled by its creators. It's far too dangerous to be introduced on Earth at this point in its history.
Careful, Doctor. My father's revolver has a hair trigger. Can't you understand? B.V.C will make the roads safer. Think of it, not only motorbikes, but cars, buses, planes, each with a controlling intelligence which learns and reacts faster than us mere mortals.
Remind me to tell you about the Chupalup Empire and their machine wars. Nasty business. They thought they could control this technology too. They were wrong. Utterly.
What happened, Doctor?
Wiped out to a creature. Half the Fomalhautian galaxy comprises tomb worlds now.
Poppycock, Doctor! Feeble-minded, scaremongering and delusional poppycock! Think about all the families who won't have to mourn loved ones from traffic accidents. A happy, healthier world of transport. All because of the B.V.C. unbeatable intelimotor circuits. I'll be remembered in the same breath as Gandhi, King, and St. Francis.
More like Crippen, Bundy and Jack the Ripper. You're insane, Tompkins, if you think Entity are going to let you get away with this.
Get away from this, Doctor, you foolish ermine! It's already too late. I've shipped prototype and telemotor bikes across Britain. They'll be going on sale any day now. I'll be known as the man who made Britain's roads safe. Everyone will beat a path to Gerry Thompkins' door. And one stupid weasel and his feathered friends aren't gonna stop me.
Has Dr. Wheasel finally shut his mouth off one too many times? Would the B.V.C. Intelimotor Circuit really make the world's roadways a safer place? And is Detective Inspector John still alive out on the mean streets of Rotherfield? Get your motors running and catch a ride with Dr. Wheasel and the Triumph of Steel, Part 5!
It would be nice if once one of these megalomaniac types would talk things through.
I can't believe he missed at point-blank range.
It's an old service weapon, Advic, showing little signs of maintenance. I gambled a quick weasel wiggle and a marginally wonky shot would make sure we could get behind these crates unscathed.
Incredible, but I'm glad it worked. Although now we're trapped at the end of the gantry with no escape except past Tompkins, who I'm sure is not going to miss every time.
You can be sure of that, Mr. Advig. Don't count on help from the factory floor either. My men are utterly loyal. There's few steady jobs in Rotherfield, and I pay them handsomely.
Okay, right. I think I've got the knob of a plan, Advic.
Is it waiting for Chief Inspector John to storm the place with his fellow officers?
I suspect waiting on John might be a fool's errand. Even if he did survive his mad motorbike ride, he might not be in any fit state now.
That leaves two options I can see. We either let him shoot us...
Let's leave that one on the back burner for now, Goose.
In which case, you'll have to pull off some sort of super clever time weasel ploy. Oh dear. Say, doesn't the Soy Nailfile have a setting for this sort of situation?
Sorry to say, Advic, the Time Weasels never considered getting trapped by a gunman behind a box-load of cogs as a likely emergency scenario.
Really? Oh, we seem to be doing it every other week.
Stop procrastinating and come out from behind that crate! I promise I'll make it painless. Mostly. But I won't let you come between me and my legacy.
Oh, good. Now his cogs have gone completely askew.
I'm not sure they've been lined up in a long while. Exposure to alien technology can really screw up more primitive minds. He was probably once quite a decent chap.
Hang on. What about my mind? I've been exposed to no end of alien technology. Units, cyborials, croutons, gynatronic rays. And I'm still relatively sane.
If you want to trust a layman's opinion, maybe. Tompkins, I'm fairly sure the police will take a dim view if our dead bodies turn up riddled with holes.
Foolish Wheasel! I'll arrange for a little post-mortem industrial accident. A tragic shop floor incident. Then I'll endow a new charity, one dedicated to industrial safety. B.V.C. will reap even greater publicity for my largesse and your demise. I simply cannot lose.
Roblox. Okay, Alvic, it looks like my plan to talk him out of this really isn't working. It's time for Plan F.
Tell me Plan F isn't the one where I rush him and you use me as a distraction while you try and disarm him?
No, but I like your thinking.
Look, when I give you the nod, dart across to that other set of crates.
Don't give me that look. Unless Tompkins is the world's greatest marksman, he won't get a bead on you.
Still sounds like suicide to me. And while I'm being shot at, you'll be doing... what exactly?
Something monumentally heroic. Or desperately stupid. I'll let you know which afterwards.
I've plenty of rounds, Doctor, and eventually you're going to have to give up. Why not make it easy on everyone and stop wasting my time? I've places to be.
If only you'd clear off to them, I'd be a happier time, Wheasel. Okay, Goose. Move!
You're doing swinging across my factory floor like that, you crazy ferret!
I think you'll find, Mr. Tompkins, getting a clear shot of the Doctor at this range will be difficult.
Get out! Get out of my project area! Later for you, Mr. Advic.
Okay, that's a rushed job even if I say so myself. It's not perfect, and it's a bit of a Hail Mary play, but it'll have to do in the circumstances. Now, where's... Mr. Tompkins. Hello?
Finally, Doctor! You're cornered in my special projects area with nowhere to hide. Farewell.
Not even behind this big block of shiny space metal?
Get away from that! It's mine! What have you attached to it?
All that? It's a gel-rigged synthy neuro inhibitor. It's the best I could do on short notice and what's available. It scrambles the spatial core's mental processes, and as a bonus, randomizes the thinking in any associated subunits. Like those on your bikes.
You expect me to believe that hogwash? Damn gadget looks so ramshackle I could pull it off with me bare hands!
Gerry, please listen to me. I really wouldn't touch it if I were you. You might get...
I can't let go! What have you done? Free me! Please! The metal's running over my arm, up my body like water. I won't be able to breathe.
Sorry, Gerry. I said you really can't be messing with Chopalupian technology. Since I muddled the core's thought processes, it was reaching out to the next thinking object it was going to come into contact with. You. Luckily, the Terran brain isn't sufficiently compatible to give it clarity of thought, which means all those fancy bikes are, well, ordinary bikes now.
What in blue blazes is that metal thing? It's like a giant metallic whale. And where's Tompkins? Advic said he followed you in here, and I ran over to thump him.
Ah, Detective Inspector Jaunt. Sophisticated policing personified. I'm afraid Mr. Tompkins has gotten rather... caught up in his own work.
Caught up? You don't mean he's inside that thing, Doctor?
Yes, he's one with the machine now, which he might have liked had he any choice about it. Now, Jaunt, if you'd cordon off this factory, I'll call Entity to come and cart him away.
That thing's evidence in umpteen driving-related deaths, Dr. Wheasel. If you think I'm going to let you swipe it from under Rotherfield Constabulary's noses...
I suspect, dear John, the Doctor has your best interests at heart. If that has absorbed Mr. Tompkins...
It might do the same to your valiant boys and girls in blue. Entity will archive it somewhere safe. And I'm sure there's enough evidence lying around the factory to back up B.V.C. as the source of all these motoring deaths.
Maybe, but without Tompkins, we're never going to be able to close book on this one. Not to my satisfaction. Tell me, Dr. Wheasel, where's justice in that?
I don't know about justice, but I think Gerry's got his just desserts. Come on, Vic. Let's call the brigade leader and see how soon the Entity lads can get up here to cart this away. And soon, before John thinks to arrest us. I can't believe there wasn't room in the Entity lorry to take us along as well.
I'm not sure I fancied riding the back with that metal blob. You can still hear Tompkins' voice sobbing pathetically inside. Do you think you might be able to get him out back at HQ?
Maybe, but I'm not sure it'd be a good idea. Once something's fused with one of those cores, it's nearly impossible to work out where each one ends.
Nasty. Still, not long until Christmas.
Oh, changing the subjects, are we, Goose?
Yes, Doctor. How about we spend it quietly at Empty HQ this year, with the Brig, Gilbert, and all the rest of the team?
What? You don't want a Christmassy adventure this year, Vic?
After what happened the last few years, no. I'll be happy to just... What the heck is this tiny glowing orb? It materialized on the table between us.
It's an electronic communication sphere, a sort of advanced telegram. If I'm reading it right, old friend wants us to come and spend a Christmas working with them.
Really? And will this working vacation be safe? No zombie chickens, deranged breaded robots, or frosty witches on hand? Or worse, sticky-fingered children trying to sit in my lap?
No, of course not, Vic. Well, probably not. Okay, no guarantees though. There's really only one way to find out. And that's to open up the orb.
Rotherfield and the world have been saved from robotic killer motorcycles, and thanks to Entity and D.I. Jaunt, few will ever be aware of the whole sordid story. But time waits for no Wheasel, which is why a heroic duo must rush onward towards an unusual Christmas time tale in this year's seasonal special, Dr. Wheasel and the Betrayal at Ganymede Gyratory!
Dr. Wheasel is a Wheasel City Audio Enterprises production featuring Randolph Wheasel as Dr. Wheasel, Goose as Vic Goose, Colin Darrell as Gerry Thompkins, and Fraser Marshall as D.I. Jaunt.